because this is a super awesome way to draw your dog on a pumpkin. Anybody can do this. You don't have to be a real good artist or anything like that. You just have to be able to trace. You can just find a dog that looks like your dog on the internet and print it out and trace it out. Check it out. What's going on, guys? It's a little late, but let's do a pumpkin carving video. So right here, you can print this off of Etsy or Pinterest or whatever. Some of them are just free. Some of them you got to pay a couple of dollars for. It's really not that expensive at all. All you got to do if you want to make a really cool looking pumpkin is print out a stencil. And this particular stencil that I have has actually instructions on them. Some of them don't. Some of them are just a picture and then you kind of figure it out. All you got to do is find your pumpkin, and let's find a flatter spot on it, and then you take it like this, put it on there, kind of size it up just like this, and then you tape it on and you just cut it out. So like, see the dark spots right here? These dark spots, you cut each one of those dark spots out and you leave the white spot right here. So cut out all this dark. What you want to do is you want to try to find your spot on the pumpkin and kind of find the flatter spot, I guess, and then center it up so it's going to fit on there, and then you tape it on, and then see all this dark right here? That's what we're going to cut out. We're going to cut all this dark. Now all the light part, the white part, we're going to leave. That's going to be the integrity of the picture. But this dark spot is all going to get cut out. Even see these intricate parts right here? We're going to cut those out, and that is going to make this picture shine through this pumpkin. And so I got another one here. So this is Scooby-Doo. It's the same thing. And all you do, it's real simple, just cut out the dark spots. Now some of them you can lighten up just by scraping. You just scrape the outside of the membrane of the pumpkin, and the light will actually show through, not as bright as if you cut it all the way through. So you can shave this down a little bit, and that really makes a cool looking picture. So here's another one right here. This other one is Scooby-Doo, and you can, like I said, you can get these off of the internet. Some of them are free. I think one of them we looked at was pretty cool. It was like $3. Even though I do homesteading videos, most of DIY homesteading videos, all that kind of stuff. Hey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I do all kinds of stuff here. Okay, now I got it all cleaned out. Got a top for it. There we go. All right, so I've got my top on here. And let's try to size it up. So you take your stencil. So we got this spot right here, and I'm gonna put it up here, and then I'm gonna tape it up where I want it to go. So I got a tape here. I got a piece of Scotch tape here. Now when you push it on here, you have to kind of push it down because where you're gonna be cutting, and then you it's gonna wrinkle up a little bit, so you just kind of have to work that out and then tape it up all around the sides. Now when you're doing it, if it will not lay flat, you can kind of fold it over a little bit and try to make them match up well, and then tape that down. But it has to be taped down pretty well. Otherwise, when you're cutting with the knife, it's gonna pull the paper back off, and you don't want to do that. All right, so I'm gonna start cutting, and I'm gonna cut. So first of all, I'm gonna cut the eyes out. So I'm gonna start with the eyes. Even this stencil right here is actually numbered. So you start with the eyes, and then you move over to the nose, and then we're gonna move up to the forehead right here. So I'm gonna start cutting, and I'll just take you along as I get pieces done. Now, you can absolutely use a knife. Now, I'm gonna cheat, and I'm gonna use a Dremel tool. Now, when I did one in the past, I did Scooby-Doo, and some of the intricate, like, it's hard to get that knife in there easy, and you can totally do it with a knife. But to get those small portions, this Dremel tool, I'm just gonna ease in because it's electric. I'm gonna ease in there and I'm just gonna get those smaller parts with the Dremel tool, and it's gonna make it so much faster. Now, this Dremel tool, it comes with an attachment that's like a drill bit, and I can take that drill bit and all those little small areas, I can just ease that drill bit down around through there, and it's almost like just drawing. And don't run it too high to be slinging stuff. So you want to be able to wipe it off so you can see what you're doing. With that Dremel tool, it'll kind of pull it out. So you just want to kind of keep it clean while you're doing it. That way it's easier for you. Now, you see how you have to kind of keep up with what the stencil looks like, because you see how the paper got wet and started tearing apart. That is a struggle right there. Now, as you can see, I went around the nose right there, and you see it makes a mess. And what you gotta do is don't mess up the stuff that you already cut. So you just kind of wanna make sure you trace the line, and then, cause it's gonna tear up the paper, it's gonna get wet, and it's gonna make a mess. Even if you do it with a knife, it still does it. Probably not as much with this. The knife is a lot cleaner than the Dremel for sure, but you can kind of go along these edges. So now on this nose, I'm just gonna take this knife and I'm just gonna kind of, cause it's got something's hanging it up. So I'm just gonna ease along in there and see if I can just get that piece to break free. I'm gonna move on to down here to this part of the nose, and you gotta make sure you get these little spots right here and get the mouth right there. So a knife works really well for the bigger spots, but these little small spots, that Dremel tool will just get right up in there. And when you're doing around a spot that you cannot mess up, don't hold your knife like this. Hold your knife like this. And so I've got it just like this, and I can push on it, and it keeps me from messing up. As you can see, it does make quite a mess, but you kind of have to keep working with it and keep your patterns out there, so you have to still be able to see your pattern. So I am down to just this very top part. I'm gonna cut that out, and then I'll come back to you and I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do to clean it out. Okay, when you get through with it, it looks like a big old giant mess. But we're gonna wash all this off and we're gonna clean it out. So this is what I'm gonna do to clean it. You hear my chickens in the background? So this is what I'm gonna do to clean out the intricate parts of the drawing where I drew out the pumpkin. You could use a shop vac. You could, just kind of, or you could use a toothpick or ice pick, probably better to kind of clean it out. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use an air compressor. Hear the air compressor kick on? Yeah, I plugged up the air chuck. So, all right, so watch this. If you have an air compressor, this is gonna be the way to go. If you don't have a shop vac, that would suck it out. All right, so this is what I got, an air chuck. Now, look how easy, see how easy that's coming apart? See, I'm blowing this stuff out. I'm trying to be real easy with it, because what I don't want to do is tear it up. And I may have to clean out the inside part with a spoon a little better, and that's okay. But what all these lines, what I want to do is clean them out. See how the eyes kind of come up? All right, so I know you can already see that it is a dog. All right, so I'm gonna take this inside and okay, I'm gonna take this inside and I'm gonna clean up these edges just a little bit better, and I'm gonna do that with a small knife. So I got one spot right there. I probably have to run the Dremel back up in there in that one spot, but for the most part, it's done. And see, I had a mess up right here. See that mess up? That's okay. Hey, if you mess up, you mess up. It's just the way it is. I didn't have an ice pick, but I do have a thermometer. And this right here is kind of like an ice pick, and it will work just fine. So I just want to kind of clean these edges up right here. Just kind of, see, I'm just kind of cleaning them up. And up in here, see, I can just take the knife and just kind of go around the edge. Not the edge of the outside, but the edge of the inside. Up in there, just kind of clean that up a little bit. See, right up in here, see, I can kind of clean this up a little bit right here. All right, so what do y'all think? You think this, do you think, this is our dog Caddy, by the way. She's a black lab. Do you think she looks like the pumpkin, or the pumpkin looks like her? Okay, everybody, that is a black lab jack-o'-lantern. Okay, that's all we got. Hey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. God bless.